Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Twitch. This is, well, if you see this live, you'll be seeing it on the Salty Potato Productions channel. And then, pardon, it's the Salt Serves channel. So used to Salty Potato. Sorry, but hopefully there is audio because trying to figure this out. Called up a cousin. You guys know him from a couple streams back. You chill. One of the chillest dudes alive. Like all the cucumbers would go to him type chill, man. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. Just we have an interesting stream today. Something new, something unorthodox to this channel. So pardon me for my so-called enthusiasm. Because this is not the salty potato time, much less. No, not much less. Never are we going to cast away the Lord Jesus. But this is what I want to say. This time, here and now, this time is the Caja Azul de México time. Le vamos a hacer de puro México aquí hoy. Arreglando acordeón y haciendo el trabajo de un mexicano. Vamos y damos un aplaude a la comunidad de México. And no, it's not a lie. We're going Mexican today. Just look at the baby. Look at the beauty. Yeah, if you see in the shadow, it's because of me. I'm literally walking in front of the light source. Forgive me if I'm too much of a nuisance. But I know bigger nuisances than I. And I'm the biggest man alive. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. No. I'm kidding. I'm not the biggest man alive, but I'm the biggest man I know. Oh, sure. One thing we're working with the camera, right? Fix this so like that. Yeah. So this is literally my work setup. If I ever have any work to do, I just work on this baby drawer of mine. Like on the floor, I have like a huge stack of books. If we suffer, yeah. Stack of books. Sadly, you do see Twilight back there. And that reminds me, if anyone is interested in a Twilight series of books and live in the Chicago area, I'm going to post it up on OfferUp some point soon. All 4 books for $10 just so I can get them out of here. Because I need the cash for this assembly job. And I believe the stream title was Red Unidentified Italian Piano Accordion. Like, we're diagnosing this instrument. So do forgive me if you do see that there's a shadow coming in and out all the time. Because I'll be rotating around this space just like that. I can get the work done. But yeah, this stream marks like the first for this channel, this career, more so about my overall life direction. Hopefully, I'll become fruitful in this. I get to make a little. I get to start working and all that fun stuff. No more asking for Ko-Fi or PayPal or anything, because I'll be working for my earnings this time around. One moment. There's still a lot of equipment we're missing. So right now this stream is going to be a short stream, however long it takes, because we're just diagnosing this stuff. Sadly, I don't have a device that has access to Discord right now. Then I can freely access Discord because I'm using, if you notice the IV cam watermark, like I am using my phone as my own camera. So yes, a little bit of a situation here, but still something to work with. Alright. I'm doing my best to look from the camera lens. So maybe we actually have more space than we... You know what? Moving the equipment off to the right just so like that we can get more light on the accordion. Sadly, I don't have extra light sources on my own. Just this from... Just that which is for my room, right? I do have a fan on, so if my audio is weird, give thanks to the fan. And I'm not talking about like, oh, we have someone ready to invest money into this type fan. But this is the accordion we're playing with. This is according to the listing I bought it from, this is a Italian accordion. It has some funky key problems, a lot of stuck keys, a lot of other stuff we have to look into. I'll be running down quick soon for masking tape and some other equipment regarding this. But I think they said everything was alright with the treble. And then we have to look into the bellows. So we'll be looking into that soon. So for the most parts we're just opening up the system, diagnosing, and figuring things out. I'll be right back. I'm going to gather the materials. I thought Lupus would be on. Yeah, good old cousin Lupus. Lupus. Yeah, what's up, boss? Oh, I can. Thank you. Can you hear the audio? Oh, of course, my mouse disconnected. I forget the mouse. Oh my! Whenever this mouse goes fritz, it likes to block my ability to type stuff on the computer. So I literally have to unplug it and replug it. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear my audio because I have no idea. All right. I'm going to get a work light and some other equipment. So I'll be back in like a couple of minutes. Please permit me. But in the meantime, enjoy the beauty of this baby because we're going to be working on this for a bit. I am so used to running up that I forgot that I actually was supposed to bring equipment. But what I just dropped in, is an old toothbrush of mine. We're going to use this for cleaning up dust. But as projects advance and as we gather resources, we'll be more proper about it. So what's up? No pricey, but definitely worth it, especially C-type charging. Ka-jam. Yeah, boy, that's why you take care of your electronics too. I'm already poofed, but I need to make a second run downstairs just to get the work lights and the masking tape because I left it downstairs. Be right back. Alright, I'm right back. Some scotch or masking tape. Light warning in 3, 2, 1. Barely anything. First thing I literally saw. Gosh darn it. To buy something bigger, it's gonna cost us like a couple hundred. But not gonna lie. Hey, welcome, Dulce. How are you? Just hopped on. Just got back from my equips. So keep in mind, I may not be able to reach chat that much because the laptop is literally on the opposite side of my workspace. So my hand is where I'm currently going to be working on, or where most of my work is going to be from. I'm going to be working on this side is what I'm saying. Laptop is beyond here. So this side actually beyond. So yeah, I can like take glimpses at chat, but I cannot confirm you that I can see chat 24/7. It's going to be like 7/24, but it's going to work. Because if this country could exist with over 40 presidents, this stream is going to work with one piano, one Mexican, and a whole lot of construction. But here's the fun part. I noticed that. Wait, can I zoom in on Ivy? Yeah. All right, let me bring that work light. This is not the best work light. Not the best setup either. Wait. Okay, I added some light, but this is an older accordion. Requires some cleanup. The pins are rusted. And a whole lot of other stuff that we have to look into. So let me put that baby down there. Zoom out. But I hope that all of you guys can endure this for the entirety of the stream. Gosh darn it. Oh, you know, that works. That works. Or not. Alright. I'm not talking about the accordion. I'm talking about my phone, the way I have it placed. I don't want it to be revealing too much stuff. As you see, that's where the laptop is, opposing to me. Say hi, chat. Say hi. Okay, but there's a lot of stuff up. As we open this up, we'll see that there's a lot of dust to remove. I forgot to get a wet towel. So might do that real soon. Again, there's a lot of material to clean off right here on the keyboard. There's screws to detach. We might have to replace those. So that's going to be a couple dollars more. And then like here's the back side, and even though like, what the heck? Oh, I dropped the searchlight, that's why. Alright, just briefly, here are the straps. Lupus is going to kill me because this is my investment. Quite literally all my money is here. Oh boy. But if you see, like, there's some good wear on these straps. So depending on resources and availability, we might have to make our own or outright replace them. Not sure how, but yeah. Let me pick up that screwdriver. Question is, okay, I found this. I found one of the screw pits. When I say ow, it's just that, oh, it's more of a hindrance than I wanted it to be. Alright. Gotta start. Okay. I'm gonna trust that this is the order. The heck? What am I looking at? Alright. We have all the head pieces right there. Just let me get the work light. How are you guys holding? What's ELO? Congratulations. I used to play a lot of Roblox COD back in the day. I don't know when back in the day was, but yeah, back in the day. Not sure if I want to keep the straps on, but we do need to start picking up the pace. Let me put the equipment off to the side. The lid I'm definitely going to keep right here right now. Everything else is going to be like back here. Let me recenter the accordion. But there's going to be a little bit to work on. That's another $100 gone. Thank you very much. You know, it might be easier if I have the keyboard over on this side. All right. But yeah, I'm going to confirm that this does make sound. And whenever you open an accordion, you actually open from the bottom first. And then you open it from top. Because if you open it from top, gravity wants to be worse than the president when it comes to tariffs. I don't know why I said that. I just know I'm going to die because of the current economy. But yeah, again, when you open an accordion, you want to open from the bottom latch first and then the top one. From there, you get to operate the baby. So I'm just going to hold it off a little bit. The buttons on bass side feel really smooth. But I already picked up on a diagnosis. The latches are a little bit rusty. So this is something we'll have to look into when replacing. Because I've already had issues opening it up the last couple of times. So, yeah. Let's see now. Hopefully I can do justice with this. So, you know, before I actually start breaking apart the accordion, it's better if we go through the lessons, right? So you have two sides that produce sound. The treble side, which is the keyboards, or on some accordions, like the Honor Banter, is buttons. And then there's buttons. This is the bass side, the accompaniment. Think of your drum sets. That is what this does. It's your drum set. It sets up your tempo, your rhythm, your nonsense. I'm just going to say it like that. Your tempo, your rhythm, your nonsense. That's just how it's going to be on the channel. And in between, we have this folding valley called bellows. As you hear, the bellows act like a vacuum. It sucks in air, shoots it out also. And in the process, that air goes for reeds, and that plays sounds. Because we have some stuck keys, we're going to be dealing with some sounds playing non-stop. So I think most of the problem is going to lie bellows to the treble side. So we're just going to diagnose and break apart these two parts. I'm still curious why this model doesn't have an air valve button or air release button. And the first accordion I bought, It has an air release button, and it helps with repositioning the bellows in a place that otherwise you would have needed to press a button to. Because this is something you need to learn in accordion repair, because it's true to all parts of accordion play. You don't want to unopen a bellow without it making a sound, because otherwise you'll be creating a vacuum space that causes damage. My accordion is having issues playing and making sound just because I unknowingly opened it without playing a note. And that's where the air release button helps, as it allows you to bypass needing to play a song in order to open it up. By opening it up, I mean when you're playing, not playing doctor like I am right here. But I hope the fellows down in chat are having fun, because it's time to pick the pins. So you'll notice these pin/rod pieces come out of the accordion. This binds the multiple pieces of the accordion to each other. And this is, and as we go with the project, you'll be seeing like how important all of this is. So let me do a job of opening this side. Should have opened the back side first. Oh my, I didn't hear a sound, but I didn't get to grab it either, so I felt like it disappeared. And then I saw in between the clamps, and bam! I saw. Wait, let me center the accordion a little bit. And actually move around the baby, which is the straps. You know what? I'm going to disconnect the straps right here, right now. I can see them being an obstruction as we work. So, removing them right now. But yeah, our straps are worn out. They're still durable. They can still work with the job. But it's going to take a little bit. You know. I'm glad that I bought it in the condition I did, because it gives multiple things to work on. But yeah, this is how it looks when you open this. You release the straps. Let's do it again. Can I? I'm not sure if that's gonna work. So maybe, okay, a little bit zoomed in. So again, you want to loosen the straps, separate it from the machine. I need a chair too, but I don't have access to a chair. How's chat going, by the way? Thanks, I don't know. Yeah, no worries. So just know from now on, be careful how you open an accordion, because this is very sensitive. You may be able to buy this stuff cheap, but I hate the fact that I'm using my phone, because I hear notifications off of the cam, right? And I don't want to hear notifications. Shoot. Okay, we'll detach the straps in a little bit. That's because we're already having issues. I don't want to spend that much time. So, like, we're gonna. Oh, shoot. So, we're gonna separate this. Sorry that this looks amateur in what I'm doing. But due to limited space, I want to break this apart so that we can take a dedicated focus on everything. Ow. Here's the thing. When you pull these pins, you want to pull them straight up. Pull them off to the sides, you damage the interior wood. Only way you can fix that is outright replace it, or be very careful with how you fill it up. So one last pin, and we should be able to attach this, the treble side. So again, treble produces your melody. Bass produces your accompaniment. It sets the tempo and the rhythm. We will detach the bellows very soon. But now that we have the pins removed, let's set it on on the base side, and we can actually separate it now. So let me. Did they use a glue? Or am I pulling from the wrong part? Okay, I heard it attach. So I think, so there might be some interior issues with the wood. I hardly need the chair. Oh well, I'll be kneeling. Oh well. As an engineer and a tech, regardless of industry or field, you need to improvise and work with what you have, right? So that is the inside side of the accordion. What you see in here is called the reed blocks. If we take apart the bellows right now, we'll be able to take a quick look, albeit it's not the immediate focus of the project. Well, not the immediate focus of the stream. So let's put the baby off to the side and repeat the process. We'll do my best to keep the pins from one side off to one side of the dish or aka lid, because I did pull a lid out, not a dish. As long as you can organize your stuff and that you don't lose it, you'll save most of your problems. Save yourself from most of your problems there. But also, guys, it's nice to see all of you on chat again. Right now, like, most of my emotion and effort is on the accordion, so I really can't reciprocate 100% happiness. But it is what I'm genuinely feeling. So if you see, this is how the accordion looks like from this is how the bellows look like when you open them up. Sadly, there's lots of grime, lots of stains from time and wear. And there's lots of dirt too, which is why we have this little baby. Okay. I want to save the cleaning until we get the other cleaning agents. Was watching a video last night and we watched it this morning. The gentleman who was repairing the accordion used a carpet foam to clean up the insides after they cleaned up the dirt. And I'm planning on getting a similar carpet foam for that same purpose. Yes. So, also be careful with how you handle the bellows, because this is the heart of the accordion. If you destroy them, you literally have to play doctor as you get into contact with a guy in Italy, asking if they can make you an bellows for an accordion. And as I was telling Lupus, you have to be particular about the details, not just with the colors, but with the size, the dimensions, the amount of valleys. These cavities in between each bellow is called a cavity. I forget what this is, what these are called. But again, these cavities are called valleys. Or at least that's the term I've heard. And I'm working as I learn information and as we acquire some accordions. For real, huh? Yeah. So one more pin to go. Okay. Notice, you know what, this is a good opportunity. Because these things are installed with force, you're going to notice that they're going to leave imprints. So, right there's the hole where the pin came from. I'm covering it right now. And around it is the cavity from the pin pressing it down. Whoops. Like that. So yeah, each accordion may have a different looking pin, but they all serve the same purpose. These rods are there to keep the different body parts together. Here's the thing that I'm afraid of. One, losing these. Second, damaging the interiors, because we'll be looking at it. So this is how the reed blocks look like. This is very sensitive. Be careful of how you handle it. But I want to examine the wood a little bit more. Let's put it on cam. Yeah. So right now I'm not seeing any damage to the cavities where we can find the rods installed. Oh no, I do see a little bit of damage. But for the most part, it is insignificant. Just something to keep a reminder of, because the moment these rods fail to keep the accordion together, you have a broken assembly. And when anything can destroy the bellows, then you know you've screwed up bad time. Alright, so the bellows attached look like this. Oh, pardon, I forgot to zoom out. Ow. Ow. Why are cameras so difficult to deal with? Come on, fix the camera. Is this how it really looks from my angle? I have no clue what's going on. No, the camera did flip. One moment, let me fix. Luckily, the base side does have feet on the grill part. So we can actually fix that. Nope, let's let that sit right there. Okay. So yeah. I'm working, again, I'm using Ivy Cam on my mobile phone, my Android. So this is literally the situation I have to work with. And again, this is how the accordion bellows look like when opened. This one has less valleys than I think my other accordion does, so it does not open as wide, but it is something to look out for. I must have a pencil nearby. Or, you know what? A little bit of masking tape. I'm just gonna mark what side is base. This is just for the stream. If we continue working on this on an upcoming stream, then we would have figured out a new system to actually attune for this. But this is base side, which is connects to this. We'll be seeing a really similar build on the treble side. But let's put the bellows to the side. Quite literally putting it behind the laptop. We'll be handling the cleaning. We'll be handling the cleaning when we get more of the cleaning agents. Right now it's just diagnosing the bass and the treble, mostly treble. The bellows so far look good when it comes to performing. Just need to clean them up. What was that? Alright, something came rolling out. Not sure if we lost something. Chad, I hope you know what I'm holding. There's a bolt that came loose. So not sure how that happens, but if you ever find out that your little baby, your accordion, is losing out its intestines, sew it back up. I'm sorry for the language. I know there's at least 3 children on stream, two watching and 1 hosting. I'm sorry, but that's the language. Huh? I punched my gun. What's it punched my gun? Oh, pack-a-punched. Ah, congrats. Is Lucas still around? Yeah, it does look like it. But let's get a zoom up. What you see here is this wooden frame is what we call an accordion block. These aluminum dishes, they're plates, literally called plates. This is a letter, and then this is the reed. If we look at the other side, we notice that there's multiple reeds per note. That's the best I can explain right now. But we'll be looking for where the bolts came loose so we can fix it. Might have to open up the backside to see if it's see anything else. Should have left the bellows on because now I'm afraid of opening it and only damaging the reeds. So this we can actually put to the side. Oh boy. I'm very afraid because this is literally the only investment that we have. And now that we have everything detached, we can actually make easier work with this. Loosen the straps. Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm a little bit chubby. I think the hot dog I just ate made me super chubby, you know. This is like a joke in the channel and the community. At least the one that I want to start just to avoid the embarrassing sensation that many VTubers, YouTubers, whatever, have when it comes to weight. Gosh darn it. Did I screw this up? Alright. Alright, there's one strap. Let's try to get this. Alright. Working. Getting there. Oh boy. Here's the thing. I can hear it ripping. That is not a good sign because it shows how damaged and worn out the leather is. I don't think a leather is supposed to look like it's fresh or clean or new. So yeah, it's a disturbing situation that I am seeing. Alright. So here's our straps. The exterior is rotting away, being damaged. But the interior looks amazing. Might save the interior of the strap and just adds new leather. We'll have to figure that out as we go. Also, I'm noticing like a lot of grime from the leather. Let's brush that off. I left the glue gun downstairs. I left the glue gun. Shoo. I also need to figure out what to do about actually cleaning the keyboard. And I still need a chair, you know. Wow. Wow. Wow, it's getting a little bit warm. Not from the climate, but more so from the work, you know. Finally learning how to do something properly. So let's fix this a little bit. You go right there. You'll probably go there. Okay. We're gonna start with our finished. Let's see now. That's a 1/16 of an inch. I think it's an inch. But now we're going to open the accordion. Whoosh. So notice that there's also a lot of screws here. That you will also have to fix. No, we actually need something bigger. Alright. And each accordion is unique, so you quite literally, but moving from the 1/16 to the, I have no clue what it is. Let's put this right here. So the 1/8. 1/8. Yeah, I'm a big dude. I'm a burn. Yeah, but we have to be careful with all of this because if the screws rust, then we have issues which that can make it difficult to remove it. And if the wood rots, then we'll unknowingly be ripping this apart and making it difficult to reattach things. At least that's how I'm seeing it. As far as the yeah. Look, let me bring it closer. Maybe that was not the best view. Well, what if I put this here? Not sure if that helps. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's fine if it hangs off a little bit. You know, a little bit more. Alright. I don't know if you realize, but there's already material being removed from the screw. Brush it a little bit more. Again, this is not the best equipment for cleaning the accordion, but that's what I had at hand and what I'll be working with. Also, we might... you don't, I feel as if I pulled a tendon on my foot, so I'm literally dealing with the pain of a pulled tendon. And the pain of seeing this accordion in a bad state. Let's brush it off a little bit more, but it does look as if this entry point is more worn down than on the other side. Zoom back out. The problem working with IV cam, right? Now that we have those screws out, we can look into pulling these ones out. I hate the fact I did that. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna put it here. I'm still very clumsy and new to working with my hands, so it will take some coordination. But I do appreciate that the screws here are at least less. I have to work with less screws here and the whatnot. Wait, I didn't show the inside, did I? So yeah. So both sides, the treble and the bass, have their own reed blocks, and they're tuned to each particular note. To tune these, we need some good equipment, both in terms of tuning and applying wax. And this is a special type of wax, so I don't think we can get away with regular beeswax from the market. But maybe you guys want to look at the screws being taken away. Let me put the monkey off to the side. Brush to the side, screws to the side. Let's call them drivers. I'm afraid of losing these, so we're shifting down. Like, I also have a horrible floor vent over here. It makes it easy to lose stuff. Wait, I dare you to play Caja's theme from Breath of the Wild. Oh, I heard Caja's theme. Yeah. It's been a long time, so I actually don't remember the sound, but I do remember listening to it. One more screw and we can actually open this up. But it would be an honor to play something on the stream. Also, I've been practicing Cielito Lindo on the guitar. So I might actually play that as we come. Whoops. Also notice this. As you take screws off, you'll notice that the grill and parts of the accordion will want to go flying. So you need to be careful. Hold down the part that wants to fly down a little bit. Push down where it's being unscrewed. And then like just unscrew it. I do see some damage here. I'm not sure. Or yeah, that is damage. So there is. Oh, it's not a cam, that's why. I know on cam that shows up as very faint. Let me pull it up. Pull it up. Of course I have to do that. Funny thing, they're playing norteño or sierreño or something in the background. So I'm literally working on an accordion as I'm hearing the neighbors play music with an accordion. But yeah, there's chipped artwork. I'm not sure what we can do about that, but it's very small, insignificant, just aesthetic. But now that we have all the screws loose, wow, I didn't realize my belly was that big. Now that we have all the screws loose, we can actually take off the grill. So this is something we have to be careful with, or be a little bit more, with a little bit more effort. So this right here helps with protecting from dust and anything that's flying around, but it will still consume some good amount of dust. I cannot really change anything about that, except for the fact that we might need to replace this, but we might be able to get away with it as it is. So putting the grill right here, and there's also another part of the grill plate. This looks better attached, so it does make me concerned as to what the circumstance is. As we see, we do have loose mechanisms. Looks like some of the pressure is relieved, taken off. But this is where we needed a cleaning agent, because we do need to remove all the grime and muck off of this. Sadly, I have detached from the bellows and the base, so we actually can't get it playing. Also, I'm noticing that this lever is obstructing the switch mechanism. It literally cannot change. Maybe that's why I cannot get it off. So I literally have to play a doctor right here. You don't suck, big Mario. I think we just pull it off, right? Sure. No, I can hear damage to the wood. There's the thing about older accordions too. They sustain damage that you cannot perceive until at moment of repair. Let me bring a chair and something to work with. It's killing me, and I want the security of I can look at what I need to look at. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. How's chat going? I'll try. Oh, Salt. Yeah, what's up? I'm being called. Dare you to play? That would be nice, honestly. I'm noticing damage to the metal. And we might have to deal with some sort of chipping issue. Okay, now that this is detached, it's making it easier to work with. Sadly, need to figure out how to reattach this and to pull it out. There's a crazy amount of grime, and this is why I needed to buy the cleaning agent. And, oh boy. Oh, I'm literally tilting it just to see how to attend this. Yeah, on one side it's cracking. Maybe you guys need to see that. So notice, I cannot see it well on camera, but towards the base of the accordion or towards the keys, we're seeing cracking on this side of the wood. And if we turn it over, let's see now. We turn it over, we see that there's no cracking on this side. So yes, there was damage done while in repair. I think we can get away with this. But it does make the work much more difficult. Okay, now the question is, how do I pull this out? Because I may have used the... Oh. Let me see if I can place it back. I want to practice this movement a little bit. Do I misunderstand what to do? Okay, switch mechanism works now. Alright, sweet. Just need to clean up a whole lot of this. And that's, again, where I need all of the cleaning agents and some towels and rags. But this is the switch mechanism. I already forgot the term. How did you... Oh, I bought it secondhand on Facebook. So open up Facebook, go to Marketplace, search up Accordion, put in your local area, and then you should be able to look at some models. This was listed for $100. I got it down to $80 on the condition that I were to buy it the day after I sent the offer. I went and got it, and now I have an accordion to play with, to work on, I should say. Phew, but there's a crazy amount of grime in here, and I do need some cleaning agents. Thing is, we cannot use anything with alcohol or acetone. So literally, most cleaning material I cannot use. Also, oh boy, we'll need to detach this part also. Shoot. Oh, you guys are not even seeing it. Let me put my finger on it. There. So there's this screw holding down. No, this is why we not duct tape, but we put some masking tape here. So let's first put it back like this. Zoom out for a bit. Of course, I had to tilt the camera. Sorry. Just it's a pet peeve of mine to see that perspective changes out of nowhere. But to keep, I'm already suspecting that there's a certain mechanism here that's going to cause the buttons, the keys to fly out if I try to take them out without precaution. So I'm literally just applying tape, making sure that they're binded down. And you'll see why soon. Same thing's going to be true for the red keys. On piano, they're traditionally black keys. So yes, what you're seeing here is technically a piano, full-on piano, just put on a mobile lung. All right. All this is put. Now we can actually get to the part I need to. So again, how I got this accordion was that I went on Facebook Marketplace. I searched up accordion, put in my local search area. I put to price lowest, and then I went and found some models I wanted to work on. I got in contact with the owner of this guy, the previous owner, I should say, and bought it off of them. Again, I managed to get a lower price on it, on the condition I were to buy it the day after. And I did buy it. So now I have an accordion to play with. To work on, I should say. You don't know how badly I want to pull up the wrench just to open this. Of course it was off camera. If I zoom in a little bit more. Alright, so this is what we're working with. This is the smallest screwdriver head I have, flathead. And I need to remove that screw. But it seems it's welded because of its own rust. So it's literally where I'm struggling to even get it to work. I do see it's a brass screw, so it's working on a different basis than the aluminum or tin screws that we're already seeing. By the way, how long have we been on stream? An hour? Guys, are you still there? Lupus? Dulce? Bingo? I'll take any opportunity to make a Resident Evil 4 life reference. I love that game, albeit I no longer even though I no longer like Resi games. So here's the screw, my friend. It does look rusted, or whoops, I was not even in camera. It does look a little bit rusted, or it could just outright be a whole different metal. So putting that away also. Now we remove this cap. It's protecting the axle. Wait, you know what? It might be better if I attach the screw to the cap, just like that. Those two pieces are together. Whoops. Now time to zoom out. Pero si no me están escuchando, voy a empezar platicando en el español. No me siento bien con que está un poco silenciado acá. Pero este es el primer video de este estilo del canal. De nuevo, como inicié en el inglés, como la he declarado, no estamos funcionando como Salty Potato Productions o Salt Serves. Eso no es a decir que ya abandoné a Dios, pero quiere decir que I realized my feed was on screen, but es a decir que estamos empezando con un nuevo proyecto. Solo lo he puesto en este canal por el propósito que me falté de avanzarme en el schedule. Entonces que estoy trabajando con esto. Con este canal de que ya conocen. Okay. Here's the monkey. Now this is what you want to be careful with. So, you see this little knob thing right here? That's actually not a knob, it's a rod. And it runs for the entirety of the keyboard, which is why I have this painted down, because I suspect that they have a special switch or lever. Not lever or switch. Special. What is it what we were talking about the other day? We were looking for it. Not screws. It starts with S. Gosh darn it, I forgot. But let's continue working. Oh, some of the wood did chip. I just noticed that. Oh. Some of the wood did chip. Well, even more reason why we need to clean this up. But again, the keyboard is taped down just like that. It doesn't go flying. But time to pull on the rod. This is actually easier to pull with a drill. At least I think it's with a drill. It's very stubborn. Maybe it's a whole different system. Let me get that over here. I know you guys probably can't see this, but I'm trying to look at it. Trying to figure out how this attaches. Not sure if it's a situation where the rod goes through the button, or if there's a groove on the button that allows it to attach to the rod. So it's literally, I'm looking to see what it's like. And yes, this is where we require some metal abrasives and that sort of thing. Oh boy. Hold up. I've been looking for everything, but forgetting to do the one thing that the stream was about, diagnosing. So there's nothing wrong with the switch mechanism.